This isn't just another controversial streamer. This is a man who weaponized race, religion, and identity, all for money. His story isn't just about trolling, it's about deception, about why the internet believed him and why it shouldn't have.
Yo, what's up?
By the end of this video, you'll understand how a man weaponized a false identity to disrespect cultures, manipulate narratives, and monetize hate. And most importantly, why this isn't just his problem, it's ours. This investigation pulls from verified arrest reports, live stream footage, online responses, and his own statements captured on camera. If you're looking for proof, we have it. But before we reveal who he really is, let's look at who he claimed to be. Online, he's known as Johnny Somali, but legally, he's Ramzi Khalid Ismail, born in Arizona in 2000. His early content painted him as a rebellious wanderer, living freely abroad, rejecting societal norms, and pushing back against expectations. However, after several conflicting claims about his ethnicity and repeated statements that seemed exaggerated or based on tired stereotypes of Somali culture, the story quickly unraveled. There was no Somali language, no real cultural fluency, no connection to Somali communities, and a repeated tendency to mock Islam or express political views that are rare, even offensive, within Somali diaspora circles. Something just didn't add up. It wasn't identity, it was a borrowed costume. So who is Ramzi really? That answer is coming. In real life, streaming is about immediacy. You perform live, and you get paid live. It's a system that too often rewards toxicity and negativity, especially in a competitive space where streamers feel pressure to constantly escalate their antics to stand out. Ramzi turned this into a full-time hustle. From Japan to Korea, he baited strangers, insulted victims of war, blasting toxic content, and turned public outrage into cold, hard cash. Experts call this reactive streaming, a modern dopamine trap where trolls get richer by being worse. And Ramzi wasn't alone. In the next section, we'll look at how trolling tourism became a global genre of online fame, with even more disturbing consequences. Trolling tourism is clout chasing taken global. In real life, streamers travel to countries with stricter social norms and less confrontational cultures, then push every boundary they can find. Take Vitaly Zdorovetski, for example. Since April 2025, the prank content creator has been in the custody of the Philippine government, facing criminal charges of unjust vexation, theft, and public harassment.
Dispatch, I'm a homosexual.
All of which were broadcast live on his Kick stream from Metro Manila. He now faces up to 18 months in prison, with neither Russia nor the United States willing to accept him for deportation. Then there's Ice Poseidon. In June 2023, he and several others were arrested in Bangkok, Thailand, during a Kick live stream in which he performed an explicit lap dance for his girlfriend inside a hotel restaurant, an act hotel staff deemed deeply disrespectful.
And I would like all of you to go to the police station now. If you are doing something like this, it's unrespectful for Thai culture.
And Ramzi's behavior fits squarely within this disturbing pattern. In South Korea, he desecrated a memorial dedicated to wartime victims. In Japan, he mocked the atomic bombings of Hiroshima. Every violation became material for his channel. Every reaction a paycheck. All of these acts are reprehensible in their own right. But what sets this case apart isn't just the behavior, it's the attempt to hide behind something even darker, a false identity, borrowed and weaponized. What comes next isn't just toxic, it's fraudulent. Ramzi claimed at times to be Somali.
My mother's from Somalia, Mogadishu. Okay.
Or at least partially. But those claims fall apart quickly when you examine the exaggerated, cartoonish nature of his backstory. A supposed former child soldier or Somali pirate. Claims lifted straight from tired, offensive stereotypes. And the truth? You don't even have to dig far because he confirms it himself.
I never denied that. I never denied that I'm half Ethiopian, half Yemeni.
Yet nobody seemed to care.
Some people are born to be assholes. You know what I mean? I'm Jewish. I'm half Ethiopian Jewish.
To be the fucking asshole.
Well, I'm telling you this. I'm half Ethiopian Jewish.
You from? Ethiopia. But I'm born in America.
And maybe that's because if you're not from the Somali community, it's easy to overlook. But that's exactly why you should care.
Johnny Somali is technically, he's not Somali.
Johnny Somali is not Somali, and I need everyone with a phone to know that.
The guy is not Somali. He has nothing to do with Somalis.
Ramsey is a product of a larger issue, especially in the US, where he was born. He chose the Somali identity, not because it was his, but because it was convenient, because he knew just enough to fake it. Because he understood the historic tension between Somalis and Ethiopians and how to exploit that division. Most of all, he knew that Somalis are black, Muslim, misunderstood in the West. They already face a unique set of stereotypes in the US, and by putting on their name while acting like a villain, he ensured the hate wouldn't fall on him or the communities he actually comes from, but on them. And it brings us face to face with a much bigger issue. Ramsey's not delusional. He knows exactly what he's doing. He chose a false identity intentionally. He targeted polite, respectful societies abroad, believing there would be no real consequences. He disrespected, tormented, and exploited strangers, all for personal gain. The blame, however, shouldn't fall on the communities he comes from. It should fall on him alone. His parents, by all accounts, are decent people who have distanced themselves from his actions.
People think they want to get a reaction. They just say, yeah, I hope you never get kids because we don't want another you. It's legit what his dad said to him. He gets really angry about that. So his parents really don't like him.
With his latest arrests, his digital empire collapsing, and the very real possibility of spending decades imprisoned abroad, this may finally be the end of him. And hopefully, the end of his misuse of the Somali name. But this story was never about just Somalis, Ethiopians, Yemenis, or Jewish people, and it should never become an excuse for cultural blame. These communities share values, histories, and strength, but they also carry unique identities that should be celebrated, not weaponized. What we need now is not division, but unity. Because Ramsey doesn't represent Somalis. He doesn't represent Ethiopians. He doesn't represent Yemenis. And frankly, he doesn't even represent Americans. What he does represent is the degradation of the American dream. Journalist David Leonhardt, in his 2023 book, Ours Was the Shining Future, traced the fading of that dream to a deeper transformation in the American economy, a shift from democratic capitalism, which helped build the middle class, to a colder winner takes all model obsessed with deregulation and self-interest, summed up by the phrase, greed is good. The American dream used to be about building something real through hard work, community, and respect. But now, it's warped, hijacked by a system where low morals and high profits go hand in hand. Ramsey isn't just a troll. He's a cautionary tale, a product of a generation raised by algorithms, obsessed with applause and fueled by lies. But we can and must do better. We cannot keep rewarding degeneracy. Ramsey's not a psychopath.
I don't give a f. I have no morals. I'm a f***ing sociopath.
You're not a sociopath, you're a dweeb. You're an embarrassing little weirdo.
He knows exactly what he's doing and he understands the consequences. But he became a slave to the dollar, a reflection of the culture that raised him. He's not just a troll, he's a mirror, and what he reflects isn't just shocking, it's tragic. Karma isn't always exact retribution. It's not always instant, but sometimes it catches up. And this time, he'll face the consequences, not as Johnny Somali, but as Ramsey Khalid Ismail. No mask, no persona, just a man alone in a foreign courtroom, finally accountable. If you want to support the real voices from these communities, check out our short features on Somali creators and explore the links below for Ethiopian and Yemeni artists, educators, and streamers doing incredible work. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and stay tuned for more videos like this.